you most beautiful and most amazing top 10ers, I'm Rebecca Felgate, and today we have a very scary topic. That's right, we are talking the top 10 foods with a shocking amount of sugar. Now I'm trying to shift a couple of cheeky pounds ahead of bikini season, and as a lover of chocolate, I have sadly discovered that sugar is my enemy. So on average, only 5% of your daily calorie intake should come from sugar. Now that's recently been cut from a previously suggested 10%. So to put this in real terms, this is roughly 37 grams for men and 25 grams for women. So in teaspoons, that's 9 for men and 6 for women. Also, if you're short like me, then the amount that you'll probably be able to have is even lower. So as this is the top 10 foods with a surprising amount of sugar, I won't be including Coca-Cola as we all know that it's bad, but if you do want to know, a can has roughly 35 grams of sugar, so 7 teaspoons. That's more than I'm allowed in a day. That's insane. So let's get going, shall we? In at number 10, we have a banana. So bananas are actually pretty good for you, but you should be very careful to eat them as part of a balanced diet as they contain a lot of sugar, albeit natural sugar, but sugar all the same. Now a large banana has around 17 grams of sugar, so over 3 teaspoons, which is almost half a man's daily recommended intake and just over double a woman's. In at number 9, we have shop-bought pasta sauce. Well, I'm actually not very shocked by this because I've always found the taste of pre-made pasta sauce to be really sweet, but a lot of people do not know how much sugar there is really hiding in shop-bought pasta sauce. So for example, Prego tomato, onion and garlic sauce has 8 grams of sugar per serving, so that's half the amount of a chocolate bar. Horrendously, a 500-gram jar of Dolmio bolognese sauce contains more than 6 cubes of sugar. That's the same as a Mars bar. In at number 8, we have granola bars. Now I've definitely been caught out by granola before. So it's made from whole grain oats, nuts, seeds and dried fruit and is marketed like a health food, but is actually filled with a shocking amount of sugar. So this is added sugar, sweeteners and natural sugar from the fruit. Now your typical shop bought 40-gram granola bar can contain around 15 grams of sugar, so that's 3 teaspoons. Not so healthy now. We would absolutely recommend you make your own granola so you know exactly what goes into it, and instead of adding sugar you can add honey for a natural sweetness. From granola bars to our number 7, we have protein bars. So when you're picking a protein bar, then really look at the label. Ideally there needs to be under 5 grams of sugar. Some bars out there are marketing themselves as protein and energy bars but contain scary levels of sugar. So for example, the Pure Protein S'mores bar contains 21 grams of sugar, so that's 4 teaspoons. This is topped by the Power Bar Harvest Energy Oatmeal Raisin Cookie with 25 grams of sugar. That is insane, it is not healthy. In at number 6, we have canned soup. So you would actually think that canned soup is pretty good for you. When you're dieting, it seems like half a can of soup is a good low-calorie lunch option, but unfortunately it is a sugar cutter's nightmare. One of the biggest secret smugglers of sugar is a good old favourite Heinz tomato soup, which has 20 grams of sugar in a can, so 4 teaspoons, which is almost half the daily recommended amount for men and 2/3 the amount for women. Similarly, the Campbell's Classic Tomato Soup on the go has an equaling 20 grams of sugar. So it isn't just Heinz that is absolutely shocking on the soup front. That said, this isn't the case for all soups though. The Heinz chicken noodle soup has just 0.01 grams of sugar, so is a much healthier option. In at number 5, we have cereal, a good old breakfast cereal. Not so much. So cereal is a huge bone of contention with me, and some of the cereals on the market are extremely irresponsible considering they are marketed as a breakfast food. You can often take up almost all of your daily recommended intake of sugar if you eat over the meagre serving suggested size. So to put this into context for you, Fruit Loops are not just an abomination for their callous butchering of the English language, their first ingredient is sugar, which is not healthy. In fact, 41% of the cereal is sugar. Per 30 grams, that's the 1 cup serving size, there is 12 grams of sugar, and I have to say that I've never met anyone who eats just 30 grams of cereal, so this could even be higher if you eat double the content. The worst culprit, however, are Honey Smacks with 15 grams of sugar per 30 grams serving, so that's 3 teaspoons of sugar per serving, meaning this is literally half sugar. Wow. In at number 4, we have salad dressings. So salad dressings can be the actual worst. So for example, a 2 tablespoon serving of Kraft Creamy French salad dressing has about 1.5 teaspoons, so 6 grams of sugar. The Kraft Fat-Free Catalina has 7 grams, so that's almost 2 teaspoons of sugar. A serving of sweet onion teriyaki Subway sauce has 8 grams of sugar, and if you get it with a sweet teriyaki chicken in a sub, it has a crazy 16 grams of sugar, so that's 3 teaspoons. Instead, we suggest you opt for the roast beef, which has just 6 grams of sugar. In at number 3, we have low-fat yogurt. Firstly guys, literally watch out for anything that says it's fat-free or low-fat. They make up for the lack of flavour from fat by adding a whole load of sugar. Now a prime example of this is the low-fat yogurt. A low-fat yogurt is a trap. It is just an actual trap. Now one of the worst culprits is the Total Green 0% fat-free yogurt with honey. Now sure, there's no fat, but it does have 19.6 grams of sugar, so that's 4 teaspoons in just one little pot. Now this won't fill you up, but it will be 2/3 your daily sugar intake. In at number 2, we are classing this as a food as it is actually made from blended food. We have fruit juices and smoothies. Now it might count towards your 5 a day, but beware the fruit juice and the fruit smoothie, especially if they're shop bought. A 250ml serving of orange juice can have up to 30 grams of sugar, so that's 6 teaspoons of sugar. Now the naked pomegranate blueberry juice has 32 grams of sugar, that's over 6 teaspoons. The innocent pomegranate blueberry and ackee superfood smoothie has 34 grams of sugar. That is insane. That is roughly 3.5 Krispy Kremes. However, one of the worst culprits out there is the Starbucks raspberry blackcurrant frappuccino, which has a whopping 13 teaspoons of sugar, so that's 65 grams of sugar per drink. Jesus. Okay guys, so we have reached that number 1 spot in our top 10 foods with a shocking amount of sugar. Again, this one actually counts as more of an ice cream and a cream pie than a drink, so we've included it, and I'm shocked. In at number 1, we have Starbucks Frappuccinos. Lol, okay, I hope you guys are ready, because our mates at Starbucks are sneaky little critters. There is a reason their coffees and Frappuccinos taste so great. It is because they're absolutely crammed with sugar. So I guess no one thought that the red velvet cupcake cream was ever going to be healthy, but with 87 grams of sugar, so 17 teaspoons, it is an absolute shocker. However, that isn't even the worst. The 2015 newly released cinnamon roll frappuccino has 102 grams of sugar, that's 20 teaspoons in it. Now this is the equivalent of drinking a 1 litre bottle of Coke, and is over twice the recommended amount of sugar for men and 3.5 times the amount for women. Guys, just don't do it. Okay, so that was the top 10 foods with a shocking amount of sugar. I, for one, am very shocked and a little bit horrified that companies can cram so much in and still market products as healthier options. So I'm Rebecca Felgate. You can follow me on Instagram at MissRebeccaJ. You can also check out my YouTube channel, Rebecca Felgate Official, because it is official. This has been Most Amazing Top 10. If you like this video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, if you found it educational and entertaining, give it a thumbs up, share it around the internet, and if you are not subscribed to Most Amazing Top 10 yet, then do so right now. I'll see you honeys next time.